And let's move on to, now we are going to item 20, which is petition 0502, 0503, 0506. And the petitioner Cornel Balog is here representing petitioner 503. So please, the floor is yours. Maximum 5 minutes.
Thank you for the hearing. I'm seeking for help from the European Commission and from ESMA. I am one of the victims from Hungary, and I can confirm that IronFx is simply refusing to pay out clients' deposits. It's very important that I am a small investor and I didn't make big losses or didn't make any big profit. I just like to back my own money, which is a savement for my family. So there are real families and real person behind the story. And let me summarize it. At least 1,700 small investors who were frightened by IronFx Global Limited, which is an investment firm based on Cyprus. It's really unbelievable, but this company has been simply refusing to pay out clients' deposit for 2 years. In my case, I have more than 25,000 euro deposited to this company, and I requested the withdrawal more than 20 months ago, so I'm waiting now for 2 years for my own money. The problem is that the fraud is possible due to single market freedoms combined with the principle of subsidiarity, which means that Cyprus-based companies are allowed to operate through the European Union under the sole supervision of Cyprus authorities. Under the current EU legislation, financial supervision authorities of the host member states have no supervision competence on the Cypriot investment firms. The fraud was also possible because the European Security and Market Authority did not use its power of investigation into the action of Cyprus authorities. So Cyprus is a small country, and Cyprus finance and supervision consists of a couple of officials. If these few officials are not able or not willing to comply with their supervision mandate, Cyprus investment firm can operate in most complete impunity through the EU. That is what's happening exactly in IronFx case. The company has been refusing to pay out a multi-million amount of client money and still hold its license for making business in all Europe. This case shows how Cyprus supervision authorities have violated fundamental provision of the EU directive on markets and financial instruments, which is the MiFID directive. IronFx Global has not been complying for months with the operational obligation laid down in Article 13 of the MiFID directive, which particular respect to the safety of client funds. These are not simple allegations, but are confirmed by the official and public report of Cypriot authority. IronFx Global was found having a shortage in clients' money of 176 million euro in 2015 and could not return this client money until now. Based on this fact, Article 8 of the MiFID directive, Cyprus authorities would have been obligated to withdraw the license of IronFx Global Limited because the company no longer meet the requirements for the initial authorization and seriously infringed the previous governing the condition for running the business by an investment firm. Also, there is a topic about non-compliance by European Security Market Authority. In its reply dated in 2017 March to the Petition Committee, the EU Commission claims not having any power to launch an investigation into the operation of the IronFx Global Limited. But the European Security Market Authority has the power to launch such an investigation and even address the single investment firms. So under Article 17 of the ESMA regulation, ESMA has the power to open an own investigation. My question, why they are not doing this and why is this not transparent? So I don't see there is any investigation running. Despite the huge number of client complaints addressed to the ESMA, ESMA did not launch this investigation. Also, there is a lack of transparency by the European authorities. Another fundamental factor which has made possible due to impunity of IronFx Global is the lack of transparency of Cypriot and European authorities in respect to the measure taken against misconduct by financial market participants. Consumers don't know if the European authorities are investigating or making measures against fraudulent companies. So IronFx damaged clients experience this lack of transparency every time they complain to the European authorities. So I would like to really just request help to small investors because they trusted the regulators and IronFx refused to comply. I'm in the same situation like the others, and I don't know what to do. A lot of people is afraid to talk about the situation, and they are hopeless. So this is our last hope that family is getting back their own money. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also know that we have more petitioners that are following this meeting web streamed, so we are taking account also of your contributions in this debate. But now it's time for me to invite the Commission to take the floor, and I have Mr. van Gruuthuizen.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you very much. With regard to the three petitions that are being discussed this afternoon, 502, 503 and 506 from 2016, the European Commission is indeed aware of the numerous complaints, and it are numerous complaints relating to alleged breaches of the directive on the markets on financial instruments by this particular company, IronFx, a company that has been authorized by the Cypriot national regulator. As the petitioner pointed out, within the current rules, the European Commission does not have formal powers to directly intervene in individual cases. Enforcement of the applicable rulebook is the responsibility of the national regulator, which is also tasked with the monitoring of market practices and ensuring that rules are implemented appropriately. With regard to the petitions or the complaints that have been made about IronFx, it is to the national regulator in Cyprus and ultimately the Cypriot courts to investigate possible breaches by market participants, such as IronFx, of the laws that have been adopted by Cyprus for the purpose of transposing the relevant EU laws. If I now may give the floor to my colleague, Mr. Decker, who works for DG Just of the European Commission.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to everybody. Madam Chair, I'm intervening on a point that was not mentioned in the submission just made by the petitioner, but that is nonetheless mentioned in the three petitions we're addressing this afternoon. And this point relates to the out-of-court procedure conducted before the Financial Ombudsman of the Republic of Cyprus. The petitions mention that the petitioners were dissatisfied with, in particular, the length of those out-of-court procedures and the fact that they had not been concluded so far. And in that context, and a possible infringement of the European legislation on alternative dispute resolution for consumer disputes had been raised, notably an infringement of Directive 2013